Hey everyone, Pile here, and today we're going to be looking at another figure from McFarlane Toys. This time it's The Flash, part of the DC Multiverse line, and he is from DC Rebirth. And you can see he comes in this nice box like the rest of them, and I really like the way they put his figure in there. Usually when you see the figures inside the boxes, they just have the typical standing pose, but they give him the running pose since he is The Flash. You look over here. Nothing special, just a little window, says The Flash. Over here is where it says DC Rebirth. And then we got the back. And you can see a picture here. Pretty nice, and it shows you a couple of the other figures down there in the line. Well, if we start over at the left, there's Batman Earth -32, Batman Earth -1, Azrael, Batman Earth -44, and then there's also the Grim Knight. And of course, like the rest of the McFarlane DC figures, he has the typical 22 moving parts. So why don't we get this guy open and take a closer look. Alright, so this Flash is Barry Allen, who is the second to go by that name after Jay Garrick. And he got his powers with a little bit of lightning and chemicals that doused him when he was working in his crime lab. And that's how Barry became the fastest man alive. And in my opinion, I think he's the best Flash. And he also came with a little card here. And then there's some stuff on the back. Let's see, source, The Flash, #1. In 2016. Real name, Barry Allen. Height, 5 feet 11 inches. Weight, 179 pounds. In a freak lab accident, forensic scientist Barry Allen was struck by lightning and doused with chemicals, which gave him the superpowers of the Speed Force. Now he uses these powers to defend his hometown of Central City and the rest of the world from the forces of evil as the Flash, the fastest man alive, can run up the side of buildings, across oceans, and around the world at light speeds. He can also vibrate his molecules to phase through solid objects. Alright, this figure just looks amazing, I think. Now, you can see he even has like a little smirk on his face there. That's definitely Barry Allen. And I like the way the center is, his symbol. It's not just on there, it's, if you look, it's kind of hard to, it's an indent there on the sides, it goes in there. That's pretty cool, and I love all the red and the yellow on them. And if you look at the sides, he has like this textured feel, little lines all over the suit. And even on like the back of the boots, there's some detail right there. This figure just looks amazing. I love the little lightning bolts that come out the side. Alright, so when we talk about articulation, we got his head. You can go all around, 360s. They can't look up. I find most figures can't actually look up too well, and he's one of them. But he can look down. It has a little pivot there. Alright, then he's got his shoulders. And then can go up 90. You can also spin all the way around. Then he also has this little bit of a, I don't know what you want to call it, maybe double jointed shoulder. Because right here, yeah, see? So you can kind of get a little bit extra mobility on that. Then we got right here at the bicep area. Move that around, kind of rotate it. It doesn't go all the way around, at least mine doesn't want to, and I'm not going to force it. Then you got his double jointed elbows. And then he also has the wrists. They can rotate. They also got that little pivot. And then next, he's got his waist. And that you can spin all the way. And gives him a little bit other mobility. He can go to the side. And right below, at the lower waist, he also has a little spot in there. And that can also be turned all the way. And if you keep going farther down, he's got his legs. Very good bend. Go 180. Forward. And back, not so much, unless you kind of rotate the leg out. So it's like that. Because, of course, the rear end prevents it from going straight back. And you also got double jointed knees. And if you keep going farther down, you got his feet. These can go, rotate all the way. They got a little bit of a, they can pivot themselves up, back, and also the toes. And the flasher did come with accessories, of course. And McFarlane always gives out a little base. Even says DC right there on it. And he does have peg holes. Just boop. There you go. And the most impressive part that he came with, I think, is he has a bunch of these different lightning bolts that you can attach on him. You got this one here. This is for his feet. You can just lift one up. And it goes right into the foot peg that the stand would go. And this actually has a peg on it too. So once you put it on, you just bend his toe. And there. Take that off for now. But he's got other ones that we can look at. He's got these longer ones. There's a set of longer ones and shorter ones. The longer ones, I do believe, are supposed to go on the legs. It doesn't really tell you anywhere what goes where. So you kind of just, trial and error. It doesn't really matter, I guess, where you put it. And he has one for each side. Oh, that's a smaller one. There we go. Got the bigger one. I got another big one. Now he only comes with one for the feet. Alright, and then on his wrist, or not his wrist, but his forearm, he has a little peg there. And also on the other side. I think these just make him really pop and stand out above the other figures. And then he comes with this impressive one. This is for the back. And this is actually two. You can actually put them in different directions if you want. It just goes right on the back. Easy breezy. And just put them back on the stand here. Different effects. You could have these pointing kind of like this if you wanted to. If he was like jumping down pose. Or just have it go straight out. It's however you want it to be. And just like the ones that you put on the limbs, these, they don't have any particular way. Oops. Yeah, there's no real... Oop. It's just going to keep coming off as I touch it. But yeah. There you go, see? It's a really great looking figure. I'm really glad I picked this up. It was the only one that was at the store. So, I got kind of lucky. Alright, well that's just been my review on McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse The Flash from DC Rebirth. And if you have any questions or comments, anything like that, you can leave them down below. And hey, like, subscribe, and I'll see you later.